Now it's time for us to get together and enjoy the lovely words and phrases of the English language with you every week, live from 2 with lots of fun and all the words and phrases of the English language. Join with Mr. Duncan on the live chat and together learn the words and phrases of the English language. Join together and have fun. Listen and learn, it really can be done. Your learning journey has just begun. Join with Mr. Duncan on the live chat and together learn the words and phrases of the English language. Join together and have fun.
It is raining. We have rain right now outside my studio window, but also you might notice lots and lots of lovely autumn colours as well. We are back together once more. English Addict is with you live from the birthplace of the English language. We all know where it is. I know where it is. You know where it is. Come on, Mr. Duncan. Stop messing around. Get on with it.
Join with Mr. Duncan on the live chat. Learn together and have fun.
Fun. That is what it's all about. We are here to have some fun with the English language. Hi everybody, this is Mr. Duncan in England. That's me, by the way. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope so. Are you feeling happy today? I hope you are happy. I hope there is one of these underneath your nose today, because we are talking all about the nose. This part of the body is going to be the centre of attention today, because that is what we are talking about on today's English Addict. My name is Mr. Duncan. I love English. You might say I am an English addict because I like it a lot, although not everyone likes me. It is something hard to face. When you are in the public eye, it is very hard to face the fact that not everyone likes you. There might be some people who love watching this. There might be other people who really don't want to watch this at all. In fact, they might say that Mr. Duncan, he gets right up my nose. That is a very good example of an idiom, an expression using today's subject, which is the nose. If something gets up your nose. It is annoying. It is something that annoys you. It is something people dislike a lot, quite often, referring to a person. Someone might get up your nose, something that annoys you. A person, a thing, a sound. Quite often it is another human being. Hello, fellow human beings of planet Earth. It is nice to see you here today. Can I say a special hello to all those watching in India? You have just been very busy celebrating Diwali over the past week. From last Monday, you started celebrating your big festival. I hope you had a good time, whatever you were doing. I'm sure there was lots of food involved in your festive celebrations. I think so. Also, I mentioned last week that I have some new neighbours. Yesterday, we actually met our new neighbours. They are lovely. Yes, we had a great time, a lovely chat. It all went very, very well. So now it is official. We have new neighbours and they are lovely. They are lovely, lovely neighbours. Hello to everyone. Now, first of all, I should mention big, important news. In fact, I might have a lot of important news to tell you today. First of all, it might appear as if we are on at a different time, but we are not together at a different time. It is still 2 p.m. UK time, but of course, last night the clocks went back 1 hour. Although my live stream still appears at 2 p.m, but instead of British summertime, it is GMT instead. I know it's confusing, and it does happen every year. The clocks go forward in spring and they go back in autumn. So that has just happened. So if it does appear as if I'm on at a different time, I'm not. It's just that we put the clocks back last night. And of course this week, it is a big week, a personal thing taking place. My YouTube channel next Friday will be celebrating its anniversary. How long have I been doing this on YouTube? I will give you a clue. There it is, up there, just next to my head. 18 years. However, next Friday, it will be 19 years next Friday. So, to celebrate, there will be 2 extra live streams. On Wednesday, I will be with you on Wednesday from 2 p.m. And also I will be with you on Friday from 2 p.m. And of course, Friday is the anniversary of my YouTube channel being created way back a long time ago. In 2006 is when I started my YouTube channel. So now I have been doing this for almost 19 years. Next Friday, I hope you can join me for the celebration. And of course, I will be with you next Sunday and on Wednesday as well. I will be with you live for 1 hour on Wednesday, Friday and Sunday. So a lot is going on next week as we celebrate the 19th year doing this. And of course, next year, it will be 20 years next year. But that is still a year away. Anything can happen over the next 12 months. when you think about it, when you look around you at the moment, all of the things going on in the world, there are so many things happening. Anything could occur. Anything could change over the next 12 months. So 1 year from now, if we are all still here, hopefully we will be celebrating 20 years. Next Friday, 19 years. I hope that was clear enough. Hello to the live chat. Hi there. Hello to the live chat. It's nice to see you here today. Who was first on today's live chat? Oh, very interesting. He is back at the top. He is number 1. Vitas, congratulations. You are first on today's live stream. Thank you very much for joining me today. In second place, and I believe today you are up in the mountains. Hello to Beatrice. Nice to see you back as well. We also have, we have a new viewer. Hello and welcome to Kumar Santosh, who says, hello, sir. I have started watching your live streams from today. So hello, welcome. I hope you are enjoying the experience of being here, sharing time live with myself and also all the other English addicts as well. We have Fighters for Gamer, we have Palmyra, we have Paco, we also have the one, the only, I hope you are feeling better. Yes, of course, I am referring to Luis Mendez is here today. Hello, Luis. Nice to see you back with us. It is great to have your company on this Sunday. And I believe, if I am not mistaken, you have a birthday coming up soon. Don't you, Luis? Yes. We might talk about that as we approach the date. We will see what happens. Hello also to Tanoti. Hello, Tanoti. I don't recognise your name. Is it your first time on the live chat? If it is your first time, please let me know and I will give you an extra special wave. How does that sound? Florence is here today. Maurizio, hello to you. Maurizio, it's so nice to have you here as well. Dominus, who says muchas gracias. Muchas gracias, Mr. Duncan. Hello to you as well. Nice to see you here on the live chat. Dominus. Also we have Marcia is here as well. Hello, Marcia. Christina is here. I'm not sure which Christina you are because we do have quite a few Christinas. If I was honest with you, we do have quite a few of you on the live stream. Also, oh yes, she is here. I would imagine at the moment you are busy in your kitchen doing something extra special because Claudia is with us. I wonder, what do you have today in your pot?
What's cooking, Claudia? What have you got in your pot? What's cooking, Claudia? Is it something spicy and hot? Is it something salty or not? Oh, Claudia, what is in your pot?
What is in your pot, Claudia? Please don't keep us guessing. Let us know. Tell us on the live chat and share it with everyone here today. It's nice to have you with us also. Palmyra is here. I am not fine today. Some days ago I had surgery in hospital and now my movement is restricted until December. Palmyra, on behalf of everyone here at English Addict and of course on the live chat, I hope you are feeling well. Get well soon. I will try to keep you happy with my live streams, and everyone here also wishes you well. So please get well soon, Palmyra. I don't like to hear bad news about my lovely viewers. So please, a speedy recovery to you. Hello to Taiwan. Now that is very interesting because I have a friend who lives in Taiwan. Hello to you. I'm trying to find the name. Cap Ann. Hello, Cap Ann, watching at the moment in Taiwan. Very nice. It used to be called Formosa. Did you know that? Well, now you do. Who else is here today? A couple of more hellos and then we will move on. We also have Irene, and I think that is it for now. I will say some more hellos. If you want me to say hello to you, it's okay. It's quite painless. All you have to do is type on the live chat and say, please, Mr. Duncan, can you say hello to me? And I will. I will try my best. It is raining today. I don't know why it's raining. It's supposed to be autumn. Whenever we think of autumn, we always think of crisp, cool days. Lots of lovely autumn colours. Well, at least we have the autumn colours. And there it is right now outside my window. We have a lot of beautiful autumn colours as we approach the season of autumn, and of course following close behind we also have the dreaded winter as well. November is just around the corner, so already we are into the last week of October, and of course on Friday it is also Halloween as well. So on Friday, a lot of people. Now, I remember in the past, as a child, not everyone celebrated or did anything during Halloween. But over recent years, once again, it's become very popular. If you go around many of the shops, you will find lots of Halloween decorations all around the shops. Of course, some people don't like it. They don't like Halloween because they feel as if it's devil worship, the dark arts. But for many people, it is just a little bit of fun, and that's all it actually is. So Halloween also happening on Friday. It is a busy week. It's a very busy week. And just in case you missed it, I am with you on Wednesday and also on Friday as well as we celebrate my anniversary here on YouTube. Palmyra says, Mr. Duncan, thanks a lot. I have optimism to see spring in Crete. Ah, I see. So maybe you are going on holiday. Maybe you have something special planned. Hello to M. Seka Asmo, 19 years. It is good to hear this. I'm looking forward to seeing you on Wednesday, Friday and Sunday. Greetings from Barcelona. You are welcome, and I'm looking forward to being with you on Wednesday, and I will mention it again, Friday, because that is the anniversary of my YouTube channel being created many years ago. In fact, it was during the early days of YouTube, when YouTube was a new thing. I was and I know I say this quite a few times, I was the first English teacher on YouTube teaching English. It's true. And during that time, I was still living in China during that time. So when I started my YouTube channel, I was still living in China. But now I am not. I am back in the birthplace of the English language, which of course is England. We are talking about an interesting subject, a part of the body. Words, phrases, all of the things connected to this part of the body. The nose, all of that coming up in today's English Addict. Please don't go away.
I'm a big boy now.
English Addict is with you today. We are coming to you live from England.
Join with Mr. Duncan on the live chat. Learn together and have fun.
Having fun. That's what it's all about. Life should be fun. There should always be something to put a smile on your face. Anything. Maybe something you think that is funny and it puts a smile on your face. Maybe you are with friends and they make you laugh, they make you smile. There should always be something to make you smile, to be positive about this crazy thing we call life. I know it's not always good. Life has its ups and downs. It is true. I've had them. I'm sure you've had them. There have been many, and there will be more ahead. However, it is always possible to look on the bright side, to see the positive things, and to be optimistic. I think that's a great word. That might be today's star word. Not that I do that normally, but optimistic. To be optimistic, to look positively ahead into the future of things, especially now because we are coming towards the end of the year. 2026 is approaching. So we always start thinking of the past, but also we start thinking of the future as well. What are we going to do next year? How will 2026 reveal itself? I wonder. Have you heard about the latest tourist attraction in Paris? Apparently, you can forget about the Eiffel Tower because no one wants to go there now. The big tourist attraction in Paris is apparently the place where the robbery took place a few days ago. So the area on the side of the Louvre has now become a hotspot for tourists who all want to be photographed in front of the window that the robbers climbed into. Although this morning, now last week they were not too sure, the police in France were not too sure who did it, but now it would appear that they have quite a few clues to who actually stole those priceless items of jewellery from the Louvre a few days ago. So it looks as if they may have caught at least two of the people involved. In fact, the latest news that I read about an hour ago was that now they think it might be an inside job. Oh, now when we describe something as an inside job, we are saying that people who are directly involved with something are actually the ones doing it. For example, if you work for a bank, you might be tempted to rob the bank that you work for. You might organise a robbery because you have lots of information about the activities in the bank. So if you are working for a place that has money or expensive things stored within it, you might be tempted to organise a robbery. So there are some people now who think perhaps the recent robbery at the Louvre was actually an inside job. Oh, I'm not sure. This is just news that I read this morning. But a lot of people do get excited by crime. Have you noticed that? I've always wondered why. Why do people become so active and excited whenever they visit a place or if they are near somewhere where a crime was committed? I don't know why, but it would appear a lot of people do enjoy watching movies, documentaries about crimes that took place recently or in the distant past. I don't know why, but people do seem to be very interested in those sorts of events. I don't know why. Yes, Lewis is talking about his birthday. Luis Mendez. 23rd of November is Lewis's birthday. So for Luis Mendez, on the 23rd of November, it will be his birthday. So I'm sure we will all be planning something special for that day. I'm not sure which day of the week it is. I wonder when the 23rd of November is. I don't know. But maybe we can plan something special. Maybe a special live stream. Who knows? Here we go then. We have a big subject to talk about today. We are looking at words and phrases connected to a certain part of the body. That is what we are looking at. You might be surprised to find out how many ways we can use this thing here. Now, I've already mentioned one phrase. If something gets up your nose, it means that thing is annoying. Something that annoys you is something that gets up your nose. So let's do it. Let's talk about the part of the body that is very obvious. It is right in the middle of your face. For most of us, it is anyway. Here we go then. Words and phrases connected to the nose. The nose is the organ that is responsible for detecting smells, the things that float around in the air. The smells, something you detect, something you sense. So if you detect something, it means you have a sense of that thing occurring. You detect that thing. I feel something. I hear something. I see something, maybe far away. And of course, you can smell something using your nose. The detection of odour or scent is the olfactory sense. So your sense of smell, technically, it is described as your olfactory sense, the sensation of smell. The things up your nose, the parts of your nose that are sensitive to smell. Your olfactory sensation, the sensation of smell. The term olfactory derives from Latin. The olfactory sense relates to smell. Literally, it is sense, smell, or make smell. The perception of smell. We often use the word olfactory, especially when we are talking in medical terms. The term smell can refer to the sense or the thing detected as an odour or aroma. So something you smell, the thing that is on the air, something you can smell quite often is coming through the air. A thing detected, such as an aroma or an odour. And we will look a little bit later on at the differences between those words because they can be used in different ways. Smell as a verb. So it is possible to use the word smell as a verb and also as a noun as well. You might smell a flower. You are physically doing that thing. You put your nose towards something and you smell it. You smell a flower. You might go out in the morning when the air is fresh. You might smell the air. You might go to the supermarket and buy some cheese. Sometimes cheese can have the most amazing smell. Not everyone likes it, but there is nothing nicer as far as I'm concerned. One of the nicest things about going to the supermarket is getting some fresh cheese. You can smell the cheese. It has a certain aroma. You might smell milk. Sometimes you might have to smell the milk to make sure that it's still fresh. Sometimes you have to smell something to make sure it is still okay. Certain types of food. Milk is something you will often smell to make sure you can still drink it. Smell as a verb. Once again, we are using it as a verb to use the sense of smell to smell something. Again, it is an activity. You are doing that thing. It is an action. You are taking air in so as to smell a certain thing. Smell as a verb, once again, to emit or give off or produce an aroma or smell. A person might produce their own smell from their body. A thing might produce or give off a certain smell, something that is floating in the air that can be detected as a smell. For example, you might say the park smells of flowers. It smells of flowers. It is producing that smell. It smells of flowers. You are aware of that smell in a certain location or from a certain thing. The kitchen smells of fresh bread. Again, a pleasant smell, something nice. So we often think of smells as being pleasant things. Not always. They are not always pleasant, as we will find out later on. But generally speaking, in day-to-day life, you might find that smells generally are pleasant. Flowers, fresh bread, something that smells nice. In this use, we are using smell as a copula. Copula just means a thing, a word that links two things together. Smell something, taste something, the taste of something, the smell of something. So in that sense, we are using the word smell to link words together. And that is why we use the word copula to describe that particular usage of the word. To link something together, to join it together, which is basically what the word means anyway. To have the use of smell. Intrinsic, so it is something you are doing. The smell is there, your nose is there. You smell that thing. The smell in the air is travelling up your nose. You might sniff the air. You are taking in some air. You want to smell the air around you, so you will take in the air. I can smell something cooking in the kitchen. I wonder what it is. You smell the air. You sniff the air. You smell the air. You are taking in air so you can smell it. You want to detect or enjoy the smell of something. Here are some things, common things, that might give off smell. We have a flower. We have perfume. We have a hot dog. Do you like hot dogs? It's been a long time since I've had a hot dog, I have to say. Cheese can give off a smell, as I mentioned earlier. Also, rubbish that has been put outside, waste, things that have been put into a container, old food, things that you don't want anymore. Quite often, the combination of all those things can give off a smell. To give off smell, to produce smell. A person might give off smells. They might give off, produce, exude. And of course, your socks. If you wear your socks for many days, you will find eventually they will start to give off a smell. So we are using that to show that something is coming from a certain place. One thing will give off a smell. It is producing a smell. Of course, not all smells are nice and not all smells are horrible. Something might give a pleasant smell. Something can smell pleasant. It can smell nice. It isn't a bad smell. It is a nice smell. Something smells nice. A flower can smell nice. It has a beautiful scent. It has a nice aroma. So those generally are positive ways of describing a smell, something nice. Maybe perfume can smell nice. A person will put some perfume on their face or their neck or on their wrists. Or sometimes you might buy a large can of deodorant and spray it on your body. So you give off a nice smell, a pleasant smell, something that smells nice. Some people like the smell of food. Some people enjoy the smell of food whilst it's cooking. I do. I don't know why. There are certain types of food that I love to smell when they are cooking. Onions. I don't know why, but whenever I smell fried onions that are being fried, I absolutely love the smell. I don't know why. It always makes me feel hungry whenever I smell onions frying. So a lot of people do like the smell of food, fast food. Maybe if you are walking down the road and you go past a van selling hamburgers and hot dogs, you might be able to smell the food cooking, the frying smell. And quite often, if you are hungry, you will really want to try one of those because you are feeling a certain sensation, and that sensation is hunger. So smell can actually create a feeling of hunger, the desire to eat some food. So some smells can be nice, they can be pleasant. However, some things can also give off unpleasant smells. Things that are unpleasant to smell. Now, I've already mentioned some of these things. I will mention them again. Cheese. Now, some people like the smell of cheese. I have to say I do. However, there are certain types of cheese that I don't like to smell. Sometimes they are too strong, or maybe they smell as if they've gone mouldy and bad. Certain types of blue cheese can actually smell as if they've gone bad. So not all cheese smells nice. I have to say I do like certain types of cheese that have a pleasant smell. And then, of course, I mentioned earlier, you might have your rubbish. You might have all of the rubbish or the garbage. In American English, we say garbage. And in British English, here in England, we say rubbish. Rubbish in England, garbage in American English. And as I mentioned earlier, your stinky socks. If your socks have been on your feet for many days, they will start to produce an unpleasant smell. It's not very nice. A smell is something sensed or detected, something that you can sense or detect. As I mentioned earlier, to detect something is to feel or to be aware of something. You detect something, something you find out, something that approaches you. It can be a smell. It can be a sound. You might search for something using your eyes to detect. We can use the word smell as a noun. The thing, the actual smell, is the thing sensed. The thing you sense, the thing you notice, the thing you experience is the smell, the actual smell. So we can use it as a verb. We can also use it as a noun as well, as we are looking at right now. You can have a nice smell, a sweet aroma, a pleasant scent. So all of these words here generally are seen as nice smells. A nice smell, a pleasant aroma, a pleasant scent. So the words aroma and scent often refer to things that smell good, things that smell nice, things that are pleasant to smell. Something that smells good. Then, of course, we have the opposite. Oh, something that has a bad smell. The actual smell is the thing sensed. In this sense, here, in this meaning, we are talking about things that don't smell good. Something is bad, terrible, unpleasant, a bad smell, a terrible stink. The word stink normally refers to a bad smell. Oh, what is that stink? There is a terrible stink in here. An unpleasant pong. Have you ever heard that word before? The word pong means smell, a bad smell. Oh, I think these eggs, I think they're rotten. They smell terrible. There is a terrible pong coming from these eggs. A certain type of food that might be bad will also have a terrible smell, a bad smell, an unpleasant pong. So we can use the word stink and pong to mean bad smell. An unpleasant smell is generally referred to as a stink or pong. A pleasant smell can be, for example, a flower, fresh bread, nature. Yeah, I suppose so. If you go for a walk in the woods or across a lovely meadow, you might smell lots of pleasant things, the flowers. Maybe you can smell the grass. Maybe there has been some rain and everything is starting to grow and flourish. Quite often during the spring, there will be lots of pleasant smells around. Also during autumn as well. A lot of people enjoy autumn because at that time of year there is also lots of beautiful natural smells around. Perfume can smell nice. A plant that comes out with a flower, the flower quite often will have a beautiful perfume or a scent. The smell of a flower is pleasant. A new thing, maybe something you buy from the shops that is new, and you open the box and inside is the new thing. Quite often, you have a nice smell. There is something pleasant. I always like buying new things that are electrical. If you open the box, maybe if you buy a new phone or a new piece of electrical equipment or maybe a camera, if you open the box, quite often there is that amazing smell of something new. You can actually smell the newness of that thing. It is the most amazing smell, something that's new. Maybe you open a box with some new shoes or maybe some new trainers or sneakers, and they have the most amazing smell. They smell new. They smell fresh. But not for long, unfortunately. Coffee. I don't know why, but I love the smell of coffee, especially if you keep your coffee in a jar and you open the container, you open the jar. I do like the smell of coffee. It is amazing. Whenever I smell coffee, I always want to have a drink of it, if I was honest with you. Then we have unpleasant smells. There are many unpleasant smells around. I can think of quite a few. I have listed some of the smells here, and I will tell you now, most of them are really horrible. Rotten food. There is nothing worse than the smell of rotting food. Food that is going bad. The smell from the food. The food is going rotten. It is starting to rot. It smells bad. Then we have, Mr. Duncan, we have body odour. Something that a lot of people suffer with, especially if they neglect their hygiene. Over a few days, they might start to smell, and a horrible smell will be produced by the body. So quite often we refer to it as body odour. So you can see we are using the word odour. That is a negative word, generally, when we are talking about types of smell. So body odour is when your body smells bad. Maybe a person who hasn't washed for many days, or maybe they are still wearing the same clothes day after day after day. They will develop body odour. Quite often we refer to this as BO. B-O. Body odour. A person might smell bad. We mentioned this a few moments ago. If you don't wash your feet, or maybe if you wear the same socks for many days, you will get a bad smell from your feet. Unwashed feet will often produce a bad smell. Then we have this word here. I'm sure if there are any dentists watching, I know you will immediately know or understand this particular word. Halitosis. Halitosis. Otherwise known as bad breath. A person who doesn't clean their teeth, or maybe they eat some food that has a very strong flavour. a person might develop halitosis. It means smelly breath. A person's breath smells bad. Quite often it's caused by neglect. Your dental hygiene has been neglected, so you will get halitosis. Fish. Yes, I have to say I do not like the smell of fish. Fresh fish. If you go to a fish market or an area where lots and lots of fish are being sold. Yes, I know. I know that's very funny, Mr. Duncan. Sold. Because sole is a type of fish. So maybe if there are lots of fish in a certain place, fresh fish, quite often the smell is a little unpleasant. Here's another one. Oh dear. We all do it, even though most of us will say we don't do it, but it is a natural thing. Flatulence. When your bottom decides to burp, we call it flatulence. It happens. It happens. We all do it. Certain types of food will cause flatulence. We often refer to it as a fart. We all do it. Even ladies do it. Even King Charles does it. He's probably doing it right now. Meat. Meat can smell bad, but also raw meat. Some people don't like the smell of raw meat. If you go into a market where they sell raw meat, or maybe into a butcher's shop where there is lots of raw meat, a lot of people don't like the smell of raw meat because they can smell the dried blood, the smell of meat, raw meat. A lot of people don't like the smell of it. It makes them feel quite unwell if they breathe in the smell of meat. As we said earlier, the nose is the organ used for sensing smell. It is also an inlet for air taken into the lungs. So when you breathe in through your mouth, but also you breathe through your nose as well. In fact, you can close your mouth and breathe through your nose. And of course, if you are feeling unwell, maybe your nose has some sort of problem. Maybe there is an infection in your nose. Perhaps you can't breathe through your nose because your nose has become blocked. So sometimes your nose can become blocked because of infection, some sort of illness that you have. Viruses can go up your nose, as we will look at in a few moments from now. It is also an inlet for air taken in to the lungs. So you smell through your nose, you can breathe through your nose. It is also partly responsible for the sensation of taste as well. So when you taste food, you might not realize it, but you are also using the sense of smell as well. And I can tell you that this is true, and I can prove it. If you eat a certain type of food with your nose closed, like this, and you eat certain types of food, the food will not taste the same. So quite often when you taste food, you are actually using your sense of smell as well at the same time. Partially, not completely. The nose is vulnerable. It is true. I always think the nose is vulnerable. It is in a very vulnerable place. You can damage You can injure your nose quite easily. If you fall over, the first thing you will do is hit your nose. You might walk into something. Of course, once again, the first thing you will injure is your nose. Maybe a person hits you on the nose. So the nose is vulnerable to infection and injury. Things that go up your nose or into your nose can also cause problems. Viruses can enter the nose. The nose protrudes, so it is vulnerable to injury. If something protrudes, it means it sticks out. Your nose comes out of your face. In fact, when you think about it, the nose is a very strange thing, rather like the ears. I always think ears and the nose are very strange things when you think about it. They do look strange, especially when you look at them from the side. Although, to be honest with you, I think I have very nice ears, and I think my nose is lovely as well. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I have no clue what I'm talking about. Maybe my nose is too small. Some people like a nice big nose. Viruses. So this is what I mentioned a few moments ago. Viruses can go up the nose. We know all about this because if you remember, between 2020 and 2023, we were all talking about viruses going up our noses and into our mouth and from our mouth and from our noses. So viruses can easily go up the nose. In fact, you might say that the nose is quite fragile. It is easily damaged. Things can get into your body quite easily through your nose. The less said about that, the better. Pollen. Now this is something that is very personal to me because I do suffer from hay fever during the summer. So pollen can go up your nose during the summer months. And some people are very sensitive to pollen. So the pollen will go up your nose. It will make your nose very sensitive. And it is quite unpleasant. It is not a nice thing. So pollen can also go up your nose. I suppose there are other things as well that can go up your nose. Smoke, fumes, maybe the smell of petrol. That can also go up your nose. So the fumes produced by something can also go up your nose. Of course, the nose looks simple, but there are many parts to the nose, many parts. For example, the two big holes at the front are known as nostrils. That is a real word, nostrils. Your nostrils are the big holes in your nose, and that is what they are called. You have two nostrils. That is the way in which air can go in and also come out. Then we have the part in the middle, that divides the nostrils. So in between the nostrils, you have something called the septum. Septum. That is the divide between your nostrils. Quite often, the septum can become damaged or injured. If you hit your nose on something, quite often the septum will become damaged, broken. I don't suggest that anyone tries that at all. Then we have the bridge of your nose, the top part. Now, quite often, especially people like me who wear glasses, my glasses sit on the bridge of my nose. So the top part of your nose, as it joins your face, is the bridge. It is literally the join between your face and your nose. The bridge of your nose. Then we have the part underneath your nose, the little thing under your nose. Between your lips and your nose, there is a small groove, and that is called the philtrum. Your philtrum is the little thing that's underneath your nose, a little fold or dip underneath your nose. It is called the philtrum. Here we have some nose idioms, some nose expressions, and maybe some nose terms as well. Keep your nose clean. This is an interesting expression we often use when we want a person to stay good, well behaved. Maybe a person who has been in trouble with the police. You might tell that person afterwards to keep their nose clean. Please stay out of trouble. Keep your nose clean. Stay out of trouble. Be good. Keep your nose clean. Don't break the rules. You might have a nose for something. A person who has a nose for something has a certain ability to judge or find something. A person might have a nose for a bargain. They are very good at finding that particular thing. They have a good sense of that thing. They have a good judgment of that particular thing. You have a nose for something. An expression we often use when a person has a particular ability. Poke one's nose into something. If you poke your nose into something, it means you are being over-curious or nosy. So the word nosy means inquisitive. A person wants to find out something about another person. Maybe you want to find out their secrets, the things they hide away. So you start to be nosy. You poke your nose into something. Quite often, something that another person does not want you to find out, or they don't want you to know about. You might keep your nose to the grindstone. If you keep your nose to the grindstone, it means to work with concentration and care. You work conscientiously. Now there is a good word. Conscientiously. To work hard, to concentrate on your job. You do it conscientiously, with lots of care and attention. You might tell someone to keep their nose out of your affairs. You are telling someone to stop inquiring about you. You want someone to keep their nose out of your affairs. So it's very similar to telling someone not to be nosy. It is none of your business. You keep your nose out of my affairs. You must stop investigating. You must stop watching me. You must stop trying to find out everything about me. You must keep your nose out of my affairs. You must stop asking about me. A person might have their nose pushed out, to be pushed away or excluded from something. Stop asking about me. You stop caring about someone. You have your nose pushed out. To be ignored or refused or to be excluded means you have your nose pushed out. Here's another one. A person might cut off their nose to spite their face. A spiteful action that also harms the person doing it. So you might do something to another person that also causes harm to yourself. It causes a negative reaction to yourself. You cut off your nose to spite your face. Then we have actions. There are some actions involving the nose. To blow your nose. Quite often a person, especially if they have a cold, if they have the flu or a fever, or hay fever, of course, in the summer, like I do, you might blow your nose to expel mucus from your nose with force. You blow your nose. You are clearing out your nose by using air pressure. You are blowing your nose. To blow your nose. Then we have sneeze. Something you have no control over. An uncontrollable reflex caused by irritation in the nose. We all suffer from it. Maybe if you go into a place that's very dusty, the dust will go up your nose and cause irritation, quite often leading to a sneeze taking place. Have you ever noticed that quite often when you sneeze, you have three? You don't just have one sneeze. You don't have two sneezes. Quite often you have three. I don't know why, but most people will sneeze 3 times. I don't know why, but I've noticed it. I've noticed that most people, when they sneeze, they always sneeze 3 times. Perhaps some pepper has gone up your nose. If you are using pepper, you are putting pepper on your food. Sometimes the pepper will go up your nose and cause you to sneeze a lot. Finally, a really bad habit, but I think we all do it sometimes, not always, but sometimes, especially when we think we are alone and no one else can see us. We will pick our nose. We will put our finger up our nose. We will have a good pick inside our nose. You pick your nose. It is considered a bad habit. A lot of kids do it. Children often pick their noses. They will put their finger up their nose and they will have a little feel around. The insertion of a finger into the nose to clear it of hard debris. We've all done it. I sometimes pick my nose. Not often, but I always make sure that no one can see me doing it. In fact, as soon as I finish today's live stream, I think I might have a little feel up there. And sometimes, of course, if you pick your nose, you might put your finger too far. I used to worry when I was a kid. I used to worry that if I pushed my finger up my nose too far, then maybe I would put my finger into my brain. And that, as they say, is that. On that absolutely disgusting note, we will end today's topic, all about the nose. I'm sure you can think of some other phrases connected to the nose. However, there are many, many common ones that I've mentioned today. In the UK, do you say bless you when you sneeze? So if a person sneezes, quite often if you are with other people, they will often say bless you, bless you. We used to say God bless you, God bless you. But nowadays most people just say bless you after you sneeze. So Paco, yes, you are right. We do say it. We say bless you after a person sneezes. It all dates back to the plague, the Black Death, when people used to become ill and quite often they would sneeze. So as a way of making sure that person did not become ill, someone would say bless you. Although quite often it didn't work, unfortunately. It did not work. Thank you very much for watching today. We have had a long one. Oh yes, 3:20. I'm still here at 3:20. So a slightly longer live stream today. I hope you've enjoyed today's lesson and everything contained within it, including the live chat. You can watch this again later. It will be saved on YouTube. And I suppose also I should mention, can you also do something very nice? Can you subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already done so? I want to say a big hello to all of my new subscribers, but if you haven't subscribed yet, then now is the time to do it. I will see you on Wednesday. Yes, I'm not kidding. I'm not joking. I am back with you on Wednesday from 2 p.m. UK time. We are doing some special live streams this week because on Friday it is my anniversary. The anniversary of my YouTube channel. My lovely channel has its birthday on Friday. So I will be with you on Wednesday and on Friday as well. And of course next Sunday I'm back as usual. Thank you very much for your company. I hope you've enjoyed today's live stream. It's been interesting. We've had some moments of time that will never be forgotten. I hope. Thank you very much for your company. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Stay healthy, stay happy, and I hope nothing gets up your nose. This is Mr. Duncan in the birthplace of the English language, saying thanks for watching. See you soon. Take care of yourself and enjoy the rest of this wonderful thing we call life. And of course, ta-ta for now. See you on Wednesday.
Join with Mr. Duncan on the live chat. Learn together and have fun. Goodbye to Duncan and all the lovely words and phrases of the English language. Join with Mr. Duncan on the live chat and discover all the words and phrases of the English language. Learn together and have fun. on the live